Tomorrow is the spring equinox, which means that today is our second to last day together. So I figured what better way to celebrate than by listing out all of the things that I do to lose weight with intuitive eating. However, I do want to remind you that I am not a doctor or a professional, so if you find something on this list that is not going to work for you, I encourage you to listen to your own body in the spirit of intuitive eating and make the changes that you need to. So with that being said, today is day 364, and this is the Intuitive Eating Speed Run. Number 1, you're going to read the Intuitive Eating book. This is the only non-negotiable thing on this list, but I've already talked about it ad nauseum, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Number 2, you're going to stop calorie counting. I quote-unquote successfully calorie counted for about a year and a half when I was younger. And yes, I did drop weight, but it was an artificial kind of weight loss because I came out the other end of that, not only gaining all the weight back when I stopped calorie counting, but it triggered one of the worst binges of my life. And I had a really hard time getting out of that because it gave me such an unhealthy view of food. I was assigning morality to food. I would eat foods that were lower calorie even if they weren't satisfying to me because I wanted to be smaller. It took me a very long time to get out of the weird mindset I had after calorie counting. So if you are still calorie counting, please stop. And if you've never done it before, please don't start. Number 3, you're going to pick an exercise that makes you happy. You're not going to worry about how it changes your body shape. You're not going to worry about how many calories you burn while doing it. I believe that the key to a healthy body image is by doing things with your body that makes you happy and impresses you. So if you're a gym kind of person, go get a gym membership. If you're not a gym kind of person, the world is your gym. But find something that is going to be fun, something that you can look forward to, and something that's going to let you sleep better at night. Number 4, you're going to start ignoring your weight loss technology. That means your Fitbit, your Google Fit, your Apple Watch. Unless you are dying in the hospital, you do not need your vitals monitored 24/7. And I'm a little bit weirded out by how normalized these devices have become in our lives. It's like people are trying to outsource their body awareness to a piece of technology. You don't need your Apple Watch to tell you to stand up and take a few steps. You can ask your body, hey, we're feeling a little bit stiff, maybe we should go for a walk. You don't need your Fitbit to tell you that you have eaten too much today because you can ask your body, oh, we're full, time to stop eating. I feel like the first step to intuitive eating is to stop allowing machines to decide when things happen for you. Number 5, and along the lines of ignoring your Fitbit, you're also going to stop measuring yourself. So that means you're not going to step on the scale anymore, you're not going to whip out the tape measure, and you're not going to use articles of clothing to gauge whether you've gained weight or not. As you go on this intuitive eating journey, your body is going to change. That means that you're going to drop fat, but you're also going to gain muscle, and that doesn't always happen evenly across the board. This is very awkward at first when you realize that maybe your shoulders are losing weight, but your thighs are getting thicker all of a sudden. If you decide that an arbitrary number on the scale is more important than how you're feeling, you're going to have a rough time. And if you're like me and the number on the scale is kind of a neutral thing to you, I wouldn't even bother with it because it doesn't do anything for you. All it does is give the food police ammo, and you don't want to give the food police ammo. Number 6, you're going to stop listening to diet apologists. When you start losing weight with intuitive eating, people are going to notice, and you're going to have a ton of people, good, smart people, coming up to you saying things like, hold your horses, missy, you can't say that diets don't work, you can't say that they're bad because I went on this diet and I lost weight. And if I were just eating whatever I wanted any time of day, even if I were just doing it when I was hungry, man, I would eat nothing but donuts and I would gain weight. Don't even engage with these people. You can come at them and say, I didn't say that all diets don't work. I just said that they don't work for me. Or you could come at it in language that they understand. Oh, I am on a diet. It's called intuitive eating. And it doesn't matter, all right? Because these people usually are still very much in the honeymoon phase with a new diet, or they are the people who are really desperately believing that they are the one person that the diet is going to work for. It's not your job to get them out of that, but do treat them kindly, because remember, you were there once. As they continue to see your success, as they continue to see you get healthier, and yes, lose weight as a consequence of that, they're going to ask again and again. And as long as you keep telling them very kindly, very gently, yes, I'm not dieting, I'm practicing intuitive eating, eventually it'll sink in. At least I hope so. And number 7, the last thing, the thing that I feel like is the hardest for me, at least. Please understand that I've had this thing where I notice that I'm losing weight, like I've stepped on the scale just enough to know that yes, it is happening. I have this voice in my head that tells me, oh my gosh, we should capitalize on this. We should start eating even less to be even skinnier. Ignore that voice, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's about your health. Your health truly is the only thing that you have. And why are you going to play fast and loose with your health? I just don't think that it's a good plan at all. Intuitive eating does work if you actually do it. I know that some people do use it just as an excuse to be fat and to not do anything with their life, but when you're actually practicing intuitive eating, it is the easiest thing in the world. This is actual, real, sustainable weight loss that I don't have to think about every day. I think about food only when I'm preparing it or when I'm deciding what I want for the day. It's no longer a hobby, it's no longer something I have to constantly think about, and that's what it's going to be for you someday too. I know that if you're really deep into binge eating, or if you're calorie counting, or if you're whatever is going on with you, I know that it can seem impossible. But I haven't binge eaten at all this year. And that's so strange to me, because it's not like I set a goal, like no binging this year, no binging at all, no binging in 2023. It's just kind of happened because I don't really want to anymore. The day you put the fork down because you realize that you're full and you don't want to eat past fullness, it is so bizarre. But if you keep at it, you will experience that too. And I'm really excited for you, man. I know that this year has been full of some major ups and downs, especially for me, but I'm excited to know where I'm going, because I can tell that this isn't something that I'm going to feel like I need to quit. And I bet that if you keep at it, you're going to be just as excited as I am. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow for our last day together.